Ka Sorkar jylla RiKhasi Baar pyntip bakala phah tes ya palat khandai phongut ki paidbah ki Kynduh ni ïadei kambat uwei ni ki doktor jong Bethany Hospital hadien belala bode ubayo ya ka khlam coronavirus. Haba pun benaya ka niu menteri rangba ka jylla ulai thuru Haduh menta ka Sorkar ka bu thong shua ban bu dia ni ki tu ki brio ki Kynduh markmat baru teu doktor ki ba omdu nai ka arspa Ngut.
Been an unfortunate incident of one positive case in our state. And the history of the case is already known by most people, but it is, just to put it on record, it is an individual, a doctor from one of the private hospitals in the state, in Shillong city. And we are looking at the entire history of the case, and there has been some data and information and some evidence of travel history to some of the affected countries, in fact quite badly affected countries in the world, and which was one of the relatives of the individual who has been tested positive. And the time frame during which the travel took place and the person's entry into Shillong and in all likelihood staying in the same house, being the relative, is very much within the 14-day period. So therefore there could be, again we cannot say it with full proof evidence, but in these situations, in a most likely I'm saying scenario, the story of the travel history linked with the 14-day quarantine period, which was within which the travel was made to Shillong, looks like the reason why this could have happened, but it could be for some other reason which we are still investigating. That's number one. Number two, I think I also would like to clarify that the individual, the relative of the person who had tested positive when the person entered Shillong and Meghalaya, they registered with 108. They informed us, in fact, as per the information I received this morning, that even the medical department had visited the concerned person, and the person did not show any symptoms of any kind. So therefore, in all likelihood, it could be an asymptomatic case. But I think what is important to note and to remember, I think here is that the quarantine is very, very important. And I think at home quarantine, when we mention it, sometimes people don't take it seriously. So I think it is important that home quarantine also must be taken very, very seriously. Having said that, friends, I also would like to really urge everyone that it is important to stay safe. Please use masks at all times. I would like to repeat, please use masks at all times, and obviously maintain personal hygiene, social distancing, clean hands, and avoid touching your face and eyes and nose as much as possible. Friends, it is also very, very important, and I would really appeal to the citizens of our state, and especially of Shillong, that we should not stigmatize. I think coronavirus or COVID-19 is something that does not look at anybody's race, creed, religion or caste. Doesn't even look at boundaries. It's not that a certain person is affected because he or she is like this or like that. So I think what I'm trying to say is it's something that can happen to anyone. So really it is very, very wrong on our part to start to stigmatize and look at individuals and start blaming people. I would urge our people that this is not the time to do this. As responsible citizens, it is our duty to act responsibly. And I would urge all the citizens of Shillong city to please not stigmatize. This is a time, like we have always shown to the rest of the world, rest of this country, that we come together and we fight this together. This is a challenge that the whole world is facing, and we are no different. So therefore, I think at this time, the people of Shillong must show their responsibility and must ensure that no stigmatization takes place, because this is a disease or this is kind of a virus that could happen to anybody. So therefore, I think I would once again repeat people not to stigmatize. The entire Corona task force of the state government and the district have sprung into action. We had a meeting yesterday with the officers at about 7:30, 8 o'clock, and we discussed about the plan of action and the process and the movement ahead. Till last night, instructions have been given to both the branches of this institute that they need to be completely shut, and in fact the staff that had been staying there on duty, they have been asked to stay and quarantine, and we have listed down the primary contacts of the individual. We have also gone down to secondary contacts to a large extent. Of course, it takes time. It's been only 18 hours now when this information came to us. So within 18 hours, already we have established 2,000 contacts already. And in 18 hours, we have already done approximately 79 plus 11, 90 tests have been done. We should be getting the results of those. And we will continue to do more tests, obviously. And we have also asked, government of Assam also to support us in the testing so that we can test more every day. And our basic strategy will really be, identifying, isolating testing, testing. So that process is going to follow first few days till we are able to really, zero down and bring all this the contact tracing done and close the basic loop of any kind of transmission that could possibly be there. So therefore, those are the steps that have been taken immediately, and we also would like to inform you that the cabinet met, and based on the developments that took place yesterday, the cabinet has decided that we will go back to our old protocols that were there, and not go to the new protocols which we decided yesterday in the cabinet. So we're going back to the old protocols. Private movement, inter-district movement, public movement of public vehicles, that is, and private vehicles will not be allowed. Intra-district also will not be allowed. Intra-district also will not be allowed. So we're going back to the old protocol, and based on the situation that is there, we will take a call as and when the essential commodities need to be provided and shops need to be open. So those discussions we will take after maybe more discussion on the plan of action of this incident or this positive case that has come up.
Hagajoga por lakin tu par iki paidbah bakim dai setiawan pe chiliang khamar iki nong tray haki hospital lani haki nugi nugi jaka sumar namar ki teiru ki letrei banya dai ki paidbah na ki nugi nugi jingpang.
In different parts of Shillong city, in different localities, have started stigmatizing people who have or who are working in those hospitals and those institutes. I think this also is very wrong. I really would again appeal that this is not their fault that they happen to be working in the hospital. In fact, they are putting themselves daily, in the front line to save lives and to protect us. I think at this time, the society must support them and make sure that we don't look down upon them or stigmatize them in any way. So I appeal to the citizens also to support the government, support the hospital and the individuals who are going through a difficult time and challenge. This is something that I would like to appeal. At the same time, I would like to tell people that there is a notion that is there in the people's mind that getting this disease is something just by looking at somebody you will get coronavirus. I think we need to get the facts clear. If we are maintaining our social norms, if we are ensuring that we maintain our hygiene, the chances of you getting the virus is less. It is only when the contact takes place through the hands, through the, through droplets in the air. That's the only way it can get through. So therefore, this whole stigma of because somebody met somebody and somebody met somebody and therefore the fifth person also will be infected, please, I think we should get our facts right. It's wrong for us to create a bit of a confusion among the people, thinking that just because I saw this person travel in a vehicle and he crossed by and he was a person who was in Bethany Hospital that day, I think this will be something that needs to also be clarified. So please don't overreact to it. Be smart for yourself, be careful for yourself, and I'm sure that by doing these basic things, you'll be able to protect yourself. Number two, it's very important to also know, and people should understand, that it is not that if you get infected, that you will be on ventilator and you will be fighting for your life. That is not the scenario. That you have seen in records and in different countries, that 85% of the cases are mild cases. And a lot of the cases are even asymptomatic, where people don't even show any symptom. And within a period of anything between 14 to 21 days, people recover on their own. People have mild cough, mild flu, some have mild fever, and after a certain period of 14 days to sometimes 21 to sometimes maybe 28 days, people are fine. It's only in certain cases where there's immunity issue, where people then need life support, where people need ventilators, and different kind of medical equipments. So therefore, this is another thing which I want to share, that it is important that people should not fear so much about this. We have to be careful. There's a difference between being careful and difference between being fearful. We do not fear. We need to be careful, take care of our loved ones, take care of ourselves, and as I said, follow basic protocol. This is a contagious virus, but it is not something that that everybody who gets it is on a ventilator. We need to know our facts.